that some of you want/need extra credit to help your grade. So I will post a few Kahoots on Google Classroom for you to complete. It is strictly optional whether you want the extra credit or if you like your grade how it is. So they will be posted on Google Classroom. You can complete them today, anytime next week. They just need to be completed by the end of next Sunday. So before we start school back a week from Monday. So first 9 weeks grade, 2 parts. One part is Google Classroom. All assignments that are going to count for your first 9 weeks have been posted to Google Classroom. There will be no more assignments posted until the second 9 weeks start, except for the extra credit, which will be the Kahoots. So to receive full credit for Google Classroom, all assignments must be turned in by October 16th, which is next Friday. Some of you have already turned everything in, so awesome job. You have completed Google Classroom for the first 9 weeks. If you have any missing assignments, they need to be in by next Friday, or it will result in a 0 for that assignment. All right, big one, Edgenuity. So Edgenuity is self-paced, and a lot of you are in different spots. By October 16th, you have got to have 14% complete on Edgenuity to receive the grade that you have. If you are not at 14%, then you have not completed the full assignment for the first 9 weeks, and points will have to be deducted. So 14%. 14 is your key number at where you need to be at to receive your full actual grade for the first 9 weeks. So that is next Friday. A lot of you have reached it. You're at that 14% mark. Some of you have already passed it. You've done 15, 16, 17%. But a lot of you are at 8%. 8% is not going to reach your full potential. Okay? I don't want to have to change any grades and take any points away. So 14% is where you want to be in order to receive your actual grade. Right? So by 10/20, you want to be at 16%, which most of you, if you've reached 14, you've already reached 16 because you've completed most of the second unit. But 16 will be the percentage grade for after we get back from fall break. So the week after fall break, that Friday. So we've got a ways until you've got to be at this point. This is your magic number for your first 9 weeks, which ends very soon. So all grades have to be in by the end of fall break, and I want every one of you, because I know you can do it, reach this 14%. If you get locked out, don't hesitate to contact me. I'll get it unlocked so you can get there as quickly as possible. All right, so this should already be completed, Unit 1. You should be on Unit 2. And through function notation is what reaches you that 14%. So under your Unit 2 is where you want to reach function notation. That'll get you to the 14% mark, and then you can enjoy the rest of your fall break. So Unit 2, representing relationships, get through your function notation quiz, and you're done. Enjoy your break. We'll talk again the following week. All right, I had a person ask, can you get locked out of Edgenuity if you leave it before completing it? You can. So if it is a timed assessment and you log off or you shut your computer without finishing it, that timer keeps going. So if you had an hour and you got halfway through, but something came up and you had to leave your house, so you just shut your computer, it doesn't stop your clock. So it's going to run out that last 30 minutes. So if that happens, that's fine. You're just going to email me telling me you got locked out. I'll go in and unlock it for you, and you'll start back on it. So not a big problem, but just keep that in mind. If you do all that work and then shut your computer and go run an errand, When you come back, that timer is going to already have expired and you're going to have to start it over. So if you start a quiz or a test, make sure you have an hour to sit there and take it and complete it so you don't get locked out and have to start back with question 1. I had a question about dimensional analysis. So this is what we use, or this is what it's called when we convert from one unit to another, such as 60 minutes to an hour, or 24 hours are in one day, 100 centimeters in a meter, and so on. So I'm going to go over a few examples to clear that up. So here's an example. We want to know how many feet are in 57 inches. So we were given 57 inches, 54.7 inches, and we know there's 12 inches in a foot. So we set it up. 54.7 inches over 1 times, we know 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. With dimensional analysis, you want your units to cancel out. So one has to be on the top, the other has to be on the bottom. And 54.7 divided by 12 is 4.56 feet. So such as this question. It asked, a particular beach is eroding at a rate of 4 centimeters per year. A realtor converts this rate to millimeters per day, and it wants to know which one of these is set up correctly to convert from centimeters per day to millimeters per day. So this is what we were given. 4 centimeters in a year, we want it in millimeters per days. Well, we know 10 millimeters is equal to 1 centimeter, and there's 365 days in a year. So to set up your unit conversion, you want units to cancel out. So that means one will be on the top, the other will be on the bottom. So if we look up at your options, we've got centimeter over centimeter cancels, year and year cancel. And we are left with millimeter and days, which is what we want. But if we look right here in the middle, this is saying that there are 10 centimeters in 1 millimeter. But we know that's not true because a millimeter is smaller. So we can cancel that one out. If we go down to our next option, centimeters.
Teachers, we have pizza in the cafeteria.
And centimeters on top, those are not going to cancel each other out. So it's out. And then we look at our last one. We have year on the bottom and year on the bottom. Well, that's not going to cancel each other out because we're multiplying 1 year times 1 year. So this one's out. But if we look at your very first option, centimeter, centimeter, cancels. One's on top, one's on the bottom. Year, year, cancels out. And make sure your conversions are correct. There are 365 days in a year. There are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. So option A would be the correct one. Same thing. If a bike wheel is 26 inches in diameter, what is the wheel's diameter in millimeters if we are given that 1 inch equals 25.54 millimeters? So we know that we've got our 26 inches all over 1, and to convert to millimeters, we're going to need our inches on the bottom because we need 1 on top, 1 on bottom, and so our millimeters will go on the top. And there's 1 inch in 25.4 millimeters. So let's see which one matches. Here, inches on top and inches on top, that's not going to work. It's because we need them to cancel. So let's keep going through. 26 inches is what we were given. And so there are not 25.4 inches in 1 millimeter. So that one's out. Yet again, there's not 25.4 inches in a millimeter. It's right the opposite. So you're left with the second choice being correct. Inches over inches, and your conversion is set up correctly. So option B would be correct. So let's look at one where we have to do the conversion fully. So the max height of a vehicle can safely pass under a bridge is 12 feet, 5 inches, and a truck measures 162 inches. And then we want to know which one of these explains it best. Well, the truck is measured fully in inches. The bridge is measured in feet and in inches. So we know we're going to have to get that feet changed over into inches to be able to do a full comparison. So we know what we're given, 12 feet, 5 inches, truck's 162, and we're going to have to convert the bridge into inches to be able to see which one is accurate. So let's start that unit conversion. So there's 12 feet, or 12 inches in a foot. So if we do 12 feet times 12 inches, that's 144 inches. Plus the 5 inches we already knew it was, gives us 149 inches total for the bridge. But let's think about this. The truck is 162 inches. So if we look at this, the truck is not going to be able to pass under the bridge because it's too tall. So we can already mark out A and C. And then we have to decide, is the difference 13 or is the difference 12? Well, if we do 162 minus 149, we'll know that the truck is 13 inches taller than what the bridge is going to allow. So option B would be the correct one. And then for one final example with your dimensional analysis. So during a catered lunch, on average, 4 cups of tea are poured per minute. The lunch is going to be 2 hours, and we want to know how many gallons of tea does the caterer bring, and then they gave you the conversion of 16 cups in 1 gallon. So let's start setting it up. So we know 4 cups in 1 minute. That is what on average is going to happen. So we're going to have to convert our cups to gallons. And there are 16 cups in 1 gallon. And cups over cups cancel out. But we also have to convert minutes to hours. So how many minutes are in an hour? So there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Minutes on bottom, minutes on top, they'll cancel out. So then we multiply 4 times 60 divided by 16. So 4 times 60 is 240. We bring 1 times 16 times 1 is 16. And 240 divided by 16 means that we will need 15 gallons per hour. So 15 gallons per hour. So if you write it this way, or if you spell out the word, these mean the exact same. So 15 gallons per hour. So the caterer would need to bring 15 gallons total. So that should have covered up any